Yo, what is going on at dinner? It is Kyle here from SpeedBets bringing you guys another UFC breakdown. Today we have the 5 locks. We're going with the dogs again. You know, the dogs have been my pride and joy. We got a couple YouTube parlays. We got the DFS slips. We got everything coming at you. Now, before we get into this video, we have to talk about the other day, PFL. Gave out the free plays. If you caught the full card breakdown for this, I said that if I gave out any PFL bets, they'd be in the Discord. Let's see how we did. Bring this on over here. Look at that. We gave out 2 half-unit parlays. I don't want to go crazy on the PFL. Some of those guys haven't fought in a while. Some of them are just not as experienced. But we had the half-unit on Thad Jean, my GOAT, and Logan Storley. Came through with ease. And we have Mavlit. This dude right here scared the absolute shit out of me. Jeremy Kennedy was beating his ass in round 1. He came through. We got a minus 800 for the price of minus 120 because, I mean, there was like maybe a finish scare in round 2, but Jeremy Kennedy's tough as shit. That's the reason I bet it to go to decision. I took a stupid shot on Giannis Bakar. Dude just fucking couldn't get off the stool after round 2. That was a bad bet. Shouldn't have taken that. And this bet right here, this little moonshot, can you guys see that? Yeah. This little moonshot right here, Logan Storley by decision, dominant decision. Mavlid, not dominant, but he got it done. Pinedo, first round knockout. Maybe a little bit of an early stoppage, but it doesn't matter. Still got it. Jason Jackson right here. Jason Jackson by decision. He was winning. Koreshkov was eating some illegal elbows to the back of the head. Keith Peterson stops the fight. There's a giant cut on the top of the dude's head. Keith Peterson's like, well, the cut's in a legal spot, but those were back of the head strikes. We're going to stand you up. Koreshkov's in the corner. The doctor's like, hey, he seems a little dizzy from the back of the head strikes. Keith Peterson's like, no, he was getting beat up legally too. They go back in. They're asking Koreshkov, you want to continue? He's like, yeah. He's kind of nodding his head a little bit. He didn't really want to be there, but he's not going to quit out on the stool like fucking Bakar. And, yeah, man. Rest is history. I mean, Jackson, the second they go back, he just shoots a double leg, and Koreshkov just gives him his back, gives him the sub easily. Respect, he went out unconscious. He didn't tap out after all that, but just sad, man. It could have been. That would have been on like a 2-unit swinger, so that was fun, but that's all right. Hoping to get more bets going throughout the tournament. Hope to do some videos on those. I just didn't have the time yesterday. It was weird. It's on a Thursday. But let's get right into this. We got to go Torres Finney here. Let's get into some favorites. 5 locks kicking off the card here. We have Deone Barboza. I don't know if she's the first one. I don't know why I said that. But Deone Barboza is about as good of a lock as a lock can be. Do I even really need to explain this one? I mean, Diana Belbita has openly said she does not care about winning or losing the fight. Deone Barboza is high-level judoka. She's going to hip toss the fuck out of Deone Barboza. She's going to latch up the armbar probably the first or second round. She's a minus 1,000 favorite for a reason. Belbita should not be in the UFC. She's been out-grappled in every single one of her fights. Literally has 2 losses, including a submission loss to Molly McCann. Garbage. Loma Lookboonmee. Again, Loma's not that good. I don't think Loma's good. Estela Nunes is actually a good fighter for like all of 3 minutes. Estela Nunes has a chance to do well in the first round, but I think it's just going to be one-way traffic for Loma after that. I'm going to go 29-28 unanimous decision. There's a chance of like a third-round knockout or a ground-and-pound finish, but Loma's not a finisher. She doesn't do damage. She's just a little Muay Thai striker. Going to out-volume Estela, beat her down in the second and third. Estela's going to be gas fighting for her life, but Loma's going to take it. Again, like minus 600, minus 700 for a reason. Torres Finney. It's my guy right here, Torres Finney. Now, I've been very open about the fact that I don't think Torres Finney is that great, but in this matchup, Robert Valentin, he's going to be looking for a submission. You want to try submitting Torres Finney? I don't think Torres Finney's submittable. I think this fight's going to be easy for him. He's going to pick up Valentin, dunk him on his head. Valentin's, what is he going to get, a first-round knockout? I think I broke that down. He had the fluke elbow on Tough, and then another first-round knockout like 5 years ago against a guy making his debut. Like, professional debut. It's just not even like a possibility for me. Torres Finney, he's going to get chinned one day, but I don't think it's going to be today. Lerone Murphy, listen guys, Josh Emmett, yes, he's coming off the Bryce Mitchell knockout. Yes, the guy hits hard. Lerone Murphy's very, very technically sound. This dude is Leon Edwards Jr., reincarnated, boring as hell, really doesn't get hit that much. We haven't seen his grappling get tested yet, but it's not going to get tested against Josh Emmett. I mean, Josh Emmett's just going to be a standing punching bag. He ate 170 shots from Ilia Topuria. He got knocked down one singular time. Like, Lerone Murphy's not going to finish this guy, but he's going to win a decision, probably 49-46, maybe 48-47. He likes to play him close, a lot closer than they should be. He's a decent fighter. He's not entertaining at all. The fight's going to suck, but it is what it is. And then Brad Tavares. I hate betting against GM3. I'm a big, big fan of GM3. He's one of my favorite fighters, but in this matchup, I don't think he's got it. Brad Tavares, he's a hard guy to get down generally. He gets taken down by the more physical specimens like the Robocops. Iron Turtle got him down, which was a little interesting. It gives me a little bit of hope for GM3, but I just don't really see it. I think Brad Tavares is going to be able to keep the fight standing and just outstrike GM3 from range. Brad Tavares is not really known for his knockout power. Last time he got a round one knockout was like his debut. What was that, like over 15 years ago? He's not going to get a round one knockout over GM3. Could it happen later? Maybe, but GM3 is notoriously tough. He's always live. If he gets the fight to the ground, you should be concerned if you're holding a Tavares ticket. But I think Tavares is going to get this one done on the cards. Let's get into the underdogs. Now, I've been having a lot of success with the underdogs this year, guys. If you've been following along, your bank account knows. We're going Pedro Falco. Now, this card right here was really tough for me to pick some underdogs. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't like the underdog slate here, but we got to do what we got to do. I'm taking Pedro Falco. I don't think Victor Henry's that good. He makes questionable fight IQ decisions, and I just think Pedro Falco is the more dangerous fighter. When the odds opened up, it was like minus 300 for Falco inside the distance decision, no action. Now, those odds have closed for whatever reason. I don't know who the hell's betting on Victor Henry to get a finish here. Pedro Falco, if he gets this fight to the ground, I do think this fight's over. Well, his wrestling has been lacking. That's like the problem. Victor Henry has good takedown defense, but if Falco can get him there, he can absolutely win. I like the spot for Pedro Falco. Plus 180 is a good price. Victor Henry, very, very experienced fighter, but I just think Falco's the more dangerous guy. Reese McKee. Reese McKee has way more high-level experience. He's been in there with guys that hit harder than Frunza. I'm not high on Frunza one bit. This guy just swings wild. You're not going to knock out Reese McKee. If he knocks out Reese McKee, I'll walk back what I'm saying. I'll apologize in the next video, but I don't think he is. I think Reese McKee has great grappling, great striking. His wrestling is the whole. Kind of like Pedro Falco, except Pedro Falco's not really a striker, but Reese McKee is a very good striker. He has grappling in the back pocket. Against Chidi, after he ate a couple bombs, he started pushing him against the cage. This guy understands what he has to do. He just hasn't had the opportunity to do it so far. When he got cut from the UFC for losing to Hamza and primed Alex Morono, guess what he did? He went back over to Cage Warriors. He spanked 3 dudes in a row, got his fucking belt back. Are we so sure that Daniel Frunza is better than those 3 guys in Cage Warriors? It's his debut. He's a round 1 knockout. What happens if he doesn't get the round 1 knockout? We never know. Reese McKee, I think it's good value on the dog here. More experience. The guy's got cardio for days. 100% finish rate. I think he's going to get Daniel Frunza out of there in the last round. Chang Ho Lee. This one I'm giving to you guys with a little caveat. I'm not actually going to put this one on my tracking spreadsheet. I'm being very open about that. I was just watching the weigh-ins. Cortavius just missed weight by fucking 4 pounds. How are you 5'4", missing weight by 4 pounds? It's not even 125. You're fighting at 135. How on earth are you missing weight when you're 5'4"? I was going to bet. I actually had a Chang Ho Lee bet on my screen ready to press submit when I was typing this in here. And I pulled it back. I went to check the weigh-in, see how they're looking. I pulled it back. I do think Chang Ho Lee wins. In the breakdown video, I gave you guys Chang Ho Lee moneyline. I told you he can get a knockout. The knockout's going to be harder when your opponent doesn't cut the final 4 pounds. I still lean Chang Ho Lee, but I'm not going to bet on him. I think he is the better fighter. If Cortavius loses, he's cut from the UFC after missing weight by 4 pounds. But yeah, Romeo's missed weight like a little bitch. He's not gonna. I can't lock up Chang Ho Lee like I wanted to, with a 4-pound weight miss on the other side. I think Chang Ho Lee's the way better fighter. I think he's the way more dangerous fighter. But Cortavius, that weight miss, I can't put my money on that. And then this right here, these are the underdog stats for the year. Let me move this real quick. These are the underdog stats from the free videos. If I'm not making a video for whatever reason, like last week I was on vacation, or if I'm super busy with school, I'm still a college student, I'm still busy during the week. If I have exams coming up, I can't afford to always be putting in the videos, putting in the work every single week. I'm still putting in the work, I just don't have the time to make the videos. But for the units on just the underdogs, you put 1 unit on every underdog that I've given you. I generally give 2 to 3 underdogs a week. You're up 18.7 units. If you're just putting $10, what's that, a meal at McDonald's? If you have $10 to put on the underdogs I'm giving you, you're up almost $200 right now. $200 can get you a little bit. If you're putting 25, you're a little bit of a bigger baller. You're up almost $500. If you're a $100 man, big better, you're up $1,800. I'm right in the middle. I do $50 units, so I'm sitting around $950 profit just off my underdog calls. And obviously, we've had some big one. Like, I'm not going to pretend like we're just smacking 3 underdogs every single week. We had Carlos Vera. I was very confident in Carlos Vera that he's going to get it done against Musafa. But that's like a plus 600 dog. That's going to be a plus 6 unit swing. So, I mean, you have to take that into account. But even if we didn't have, say, we didn't have Carlos Vera, the average dog odds are like plus 180, plus 200. Like, I'm picking decent sized dogs. There's been a couple pick'ems in there, but not really. So, yeah, give me the 18 units profit, almost 19. Hope to keep this going. We're hoping to push 50 by the end of the year, and I'm not stopping anytime soon, man. I love picking dogs. The way I break down fights, I think, is like conducive to picking a dog in a fight. A lot of guys are picking, they're going through, they're doing their research, finding different ways a guy can win the fight. I'm looking for different ways a guy can lose the fight. If I'm looking to say I'm breaking down this Cortavius fight, when I'm looking through, I'm looking for ways that Cortavius can lose. When I do the same, I'm doing the same for Chang Ho Lee. I watch their fights individually. I'm not looking for, oh, maybe Chang Ho Lee could do this. I'm thinking, what could somebody else do to Chang Ho Lee that would cause him problems? Then when I'm watching Cortavius' film, I'm maybe noticing, does he do those things? Is he stepping a certain way? Is he throwing a certain knee? It's just a different way of doing it. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass and everyone's doing it this way and I'm just not aware. But I like to think it's pretty unique to me. When I'm talking about fight breakdowns, I'm not seeing a lot of guys like that. So let's get into the next section here. The DFS section, I'm covering the better logo like always. Let me get my camera out of here. Go to the top of the screen. I don't know why the better screenshot is so dark. I think I took the screenshot as I was closing the app. But like I said, Diana Belbita, she's going to get a finish in my opinion. They had her, they had a line for her to get a finish, but that disappeared instantly. It's like a minus 140 prop now. So we took the under 2.5 rounds, even money. I like that. I think she's going to get done in the first or second. I don't see a third round finish. I mean, if she doesn't get it done in the first or second, I think it's going to decision. Then we have Josh Emmett, under 85.5 strikes. Lerone Murphy is super, super technically sound. Josh Emmett is not going to land 86 strikes. And if he does, he's going to put fucking Lerone Murphy away. I don't think Lerone Murphy can eat 90 strikes from Josh Emmett or 86, whatever. If Josh Emmett's literally been talking in the presser about how he's been working on his power, that's the last thing you need to work on, dude. But if he cracks Murphy and Murphy goes down, I'm not going to be too sad about it. I do not like Lerone Murphy at all. So we'll take that all day of the week. Then we have Vanessa Demopoulos, higher than 40.5 significant strikes. I like this line a lot. Even in that fight where she was throwing strikes off her back, she was still getting output, getting 6 strikes. She's cashed this in most of her UFC fights. If she can keep this fight standing for even a minor amount of time, she's still going to get the 40. And Pat Sabatini lower than 25. I just don't think Pat Sabatini can strike with Brito for long enough to get this. He's not a big ground and pound guy. He's chasing the submissions more than the ground and pound. I think 26 is way too much for him. I think he might end around like 19, 20, that kind of range, but 26 is too much. Then on the right side, we have Chang Ho Lee. Like I said, I locked this one in before the weight miss. I was picking Chang Ho Lee to get a finish. I still think he's going to win. Cortavius is going to be shooting takedowns. Takedown defense is something that's scored on Prize Picks. If he can stuff takedowns, he can rack up the score. If he gets the win, that's like another 20 or 30 points. I just think 74.5 is ridiculously low for a guy who's favored in a fight. And then Vanessa Demopoulos, again, the same type of thinking. Her takedown defense is horrible, but Alencar shoots a lot of sloppy takedowns. If Demopoulos has been doing anything this fight camp, even remotely related to her fight, she's been working on the takedown defense. I think if she stuffs 5 takedowns, Toledo's going to shoot 5 more. Toledo shot like 20 takedowns in the Contender Series. Toledo Alencar is not going to get all of her takedowns. She's going to get some stuffed. Her takedowns aren't that good. I don't even think she should be in the UFC. She's not a quality UFC fighter. Neither is Vanessa Demopoulos, but she somehow keeps on winning. The more busy striker, she's going to get more SIG strikes. And I just think that's a good slip. I like the fantasy score for both those guys. A lot of the other Prize Picks lines are pretty sharp. Not a lot I love this week. Let's get into the free parlays here. Top parlay, we have the over 2.5 for Talita Alencar and Vanessa Demopoulos. I just don't see a world where that fight gets finished. I mean, Alencar, can she find a submission? Maybe. But just bet her decision, no action. And it's even money pick 'em for both those. Vanessa Demopoulos sure as hell isn't finding a finish. Maybe Alencar can do something. And then we have Torres Finney, minus 225 on the bottom there. Tops it off to just shy of a plus money parlay. Got it down to like minus 150, I think, something like that. I mean, like I said, Torres Finney is one of the locks. I think he's going to get it done. And then down on the bottom here, this one's a half unit parlay, a little bit riskier, but plus 140, the odds make up for it. We have Brad Tavares by points or GM3 by submission. Now, I was really tempted to take a double chance Tavares by knockout or Tavares by decision, but I went with the GM3 sub inclusion because last time out, Brad Tavares, the Iron Turtle had his back. Now, if GM3 has your back, you're fucked. Like, you're not. GM3 is going to pull himself over. He's going to get into mount if he doesn't finish it from the back. GM3, his top pressure is insane. His finishing ability is insane. The guy's insane. Only 2 of his fights have ever not been finished, his wins. And I think if he wins this fight, it's by finish. So I think the submission's more live than the knockout, obviously. Then on the top here, we have Pat Sabatini by submission or Anderson Brito by knockout. I think this is just a discount on the fight does not go the distance, which is minus 250, minus 300 on some books. Pat Sabatini has the opportunity to show Brito levels on the ground if he gets taken down or if he can find his own takedown. But Brito, I mean, he's worlds the better striker, way more powerful. Pat Sabatini's chin is not what it used to be. Not that it ever was anything crazy. If they strike, Brito's going to knock him out. If they grapple, Sabatini's going to sub him. I think this is just, like I said, a discount on the fight does not go the distance. Make sure you guys join the Discord, man. We're doing a lot in there. Like, those are some underdogs over there on the right side that we've given out. Like I said, $50 units. And you got some guys reacting to a free play cash. We're doing hockey. We're doing a little bit of basketball, a little bit less. We're starting out baseball. Hoping to have a lot of success with that this year. And yeah, MMA is going to keep on coming. Remember the dogs. Don't forget about them. Now that I'm mentioning this, now that I finally did all the calculations and stuff, we're going to go like 0-2 on the dogs. And I'm going to feel like shit. But you guys got to stick with it. We're 18 units up for a reason. VIP is up almost, I think it's 10 units just in the year so far, which is crazy. The VIP is technically doing like worse than the underdogs, but VIP, it's more consistent. Underdogs, you cannot pick them correct for, like, it's hard to get a streak going for underdogs. We've been doing really, really well so far. We're going to continue doing really well. If you're in the Discord, you get better odds on the dogs. I send out the underdogs. And then when I'm calculating the VIP, like, success rate, the odds, I'm not including the 1 unit dog calls. Because, I mean, all those are technically VIP plays. I'm just giving the VIP better odds on the underdogs. There's probably been a couple where I put in a bet and the odds get better, but generally the odds do get worse in the week. So, like, when I have Fares Ziam as one of my best dogs for the week, like, I got him at plus 200 against Mike Davis. He closed as the favorite to the fight. It's just crazy stuff like that. And, I mean, I'm giving out Fares Ziam at plus 200. That's a plus 200 cash because that's the odds I got on it. That's the odds I gave out on it. But you just got to be careful. You got to be in the VIP if you want those kind of odds. Otherwise, your ROI might be a little bit lower than mine, but it's still way in the over 100%. The underdogs, like, it's plus 100 every single time. So we'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Make sure you join the Discord. Top link in the description. And peace out.